I want to talk to you today about Philippians chapter 4, verse 6. That is one of my favorite scriptures in the Bible. Philippians chapter 4, verse 6. One of my favorites in the Bible. And I'm reading. It says, "Be anxious for nothing, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your request be made known to God." It says, "Be anxious for nothing, but in all things, in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your request be made known unto God." I'm reading the Amplified Version. It says, "Do not be anxious or worried about anything, but in everything, in every circumstance and situation, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, continue to make your specific request known to God." I will take the NLT to the New Living Translation, and it reads, "Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank Him for all He has done." I will take the Good News translation too. It says, "Don't worry about anything, but in all your prayers, ask God for what you need, always asking Him with a thankful heart." So, one of my favorite scriptures. Now, let's go into it and dissect it one at a time. It says, "Be anxious for nothing." In other words, don't worry about anything. Worry has even allowed a lot of people to even commit suicide. You see people today, they are happy outside, they are so lively outside, but when they are left alone, they worry and keep worrying, they worry and they worry. They do not know what to do. The frustrations of this life, frustrations of work, financial situation, marital issues, diseases and sicknesses make people worry. And people are even fed up with life. They even want to take up their life. But the Bible says, don't worry about anything. It says, but in everything, in every situation, in every circumstance. In other words, God, tell God the things you are worried about. He says, talk to God about it. Talk to God about what is making you worry. The Amplified says, tell God your specific request. So the things that are eating you up, the things that are making you worry, that are troubling you, that are disturbing you, that are giving you sleepless nights. This, tell God about it. Talk to God about it. Says, don't worry about anything. In everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your request be made known unto God. So, don't worry. That is the first thing. The things that are making you worry, he says, don't worry about them. Don't let them eat you up. Don't let those situations trouble your heart. But he says, talk to God about it. Tell Him, be specific. Tell Him what you need. Tell Him what you want Him to do for you. Tell Him the doors you want God to open for you. Tell Him the intervention you want Him to do in your life. Tell Him the things you need. He said, tell Him what you need. So, one, don't worry. The things that are making you worry, he says you should talk to God about it. Tell God about it. Tell Him your needs, the things you need, the things you do not have that is making you worry. Tell God about it. So, one, don't worry. Two, the things that are making you worry, talk to God about it. Okay? And be specific with your request. Petition, you are specific. In supplications, you are specific. petition, you've got to answer the question, what do I want God to do for me? That is the question that Jesus asked blind Bartimaeus. He said, what do you want me to do for you? So in petition, in request, in supplication, answer that question. What do I want God to do for me? What is making me worry? He said, tell God about it. He says, be anxious for nothing, but in all things, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your request be made known unto God. So, and be thankful. Thank Him for the things He has done, for the things you asked for. Because the more you thank Him, the more it multiplies. So He says, thank Him. Thank Him, because thanksgiving, that is one of the ways to receive from God. You thank Him for your request, for the request you've placed before Him. You thank Him and you receive. Be anxious for nothing, but in all things, prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your request be made known unto God. Stop worrying the things that are making you worry. Stop worrying. Do not worry. Tell God what you need. Tell God what you want Him to do for you. And thank Him for meeting your needs. Yes, thank you. Thank you. This is a short message for those who are worried, who are worrying, who are troubled. Do not worry. Just tell God what you need. Tell Him your specific requests.